that is what goes on in the psyche, that we go to the underworld to bring renewal, to bring metamorphosis. So the whole purpose of going to the underworld and to meet or to confront the shadow is to understand, or to be present to that which has been repressed, and by bringing light to that. So that's what we meet down there, is the raw, primal, unprocessed emotional contents that have been, deposited down there bit by bit over the course of our life. So what we meet in the underworld is it's undifferentiated, meaning that it's the logos and the more left brain kind of process that differentiates things, takes things apart, looks at all the pieces, puts them back together. That is not the realm of the underworld. It is an undifferentiated place. It's full of these raw, primal emotions: fury, greed, fear of loss, self-spite. So it contains, then the underworld contains everything that has been split off from consciousness, and therefore it cannot grow or mature, but rather it festers, much like a boil down there. So the conscious personality and ego resist the descent and surrender to these powerful affects, and then fear is, by making the descent, fear is shattered by the compulsive unconscious energies that work to break through defenses to become conscious, and thus available to integrate into the conscious personality as a source of creative power. So this is really important, like why you would want to go to the underworld and sit with and be with these powerful, undifferentiated primal affects, is because by bringing the light of consciousness to that, you are then able to bring healing, first of all, to the pain and the suffering, and then it becomes a source of creative power. So all of that energy then that has been locked up and bottled up and repressed is released and can then contribute to what the rest of the conscious personality is trying to accomplish. So that there's a purpose to going down there and dealing with. So what we're meeting really in another way is just the reality of being in a physical body that eventually is going to die. So the acceptance of that reality, we must submit to that. And the abyss is the potential cleansing immersion in the darkness of the unknown. So this relates to the alchemical solutio, where everything is just dissolved. So we meet the uncertainty, or we meet the certainty that we will die. So that is natural law, the way things are. That which is pre-ethical. It's often terrifying because it challenges the superego judgments of how things should be, or the way we want them to. So one of the many reasons why descent to the underworld is uncomfortable and difficult is because you don't get what you want there. It's, you don't get what you want. You meet your fate. You meet that which is within you that is innate. The knowledge that we have within us, these natural laws, these natural rhythms, and we have been intentionally cut off from that. Because if we're cut off from a relationship to what is natural within us, then we're subject to being controlled by external forces, as we see all over the place. I mean, if you have not met the primal affects within yourself and all of these emotions that have been pushed down into the unconscious, then you're going to be acting like a baby.
Right.
You're going to be behaving in a way that is like a little baby, a 2-year-old having a tantrum, and there is no self there. So this myth is giving us very clear images and really clear direction as to what we need to do as individual humans. That is to turn our attention in to what is going on, first of all, just in your own body, because body and psyche are one. And all of this these primal emotions they live somewhere in your body. In other words, they'll somatize. So what is repressed into the shadow will somatize in some form or another. Well, and care and tending of the body is critical. So that's the power we have. And it's power that's born out of this journey of descent to the underworld, recovering the lost parts of ourselves, the lost emotional energy, that life force that has been split off. That once you come into contact with that, then you are empowered. You own yourself. And from there, you're going to be a lot more astute at recognizing external forces that are coming in to try to control you, that are coming in to try to turn us into a bunch of mindless orcs that serve the forces of evil. The descent to the underworld is a metamorphosis. Every time you go there is a shedding of a caterpillar skin and the further development of the potential of the butterfly. That metamorphosis experience that is so miraculous in nature